What up, YouTube? It's your Uncle Darius. I want to thank all my niece and nephew for watching. You guys could be anywhere else in the world, but hearing me, I really appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe to your uncle. Leave a like. If you guys any recommendation, leave in the comment section. Get to it as soon as possible. We're about to do right now by react to Can Men and Women Be Just Friends? Jubilee Spectrum. The other day I did a video on do liberals and conservatives think the same? And I thought that was a fun video to react to, so I figured what we're about to do right now by react to Can Men and Women Be Just Friends? I don't think I applied for this one, but we shall see. But with that being said, what I'm about to do about that by react to this video, enough of blah blah blah. Let's get straight to the video.
So you're saying you care more about money than a relationship?
I don't give a if she was a homie. But if she stole my money, yeah, that affects my life.
I mean, yeah. No disrespect to the transgender community, you know, like I got nothing but love for you guys. But yeah. Let me see. I got nothing but love for you guys, but I hope all these people are biologically their gender. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope they are.
Men and women cannot just be friends. 3, 2, 1.
Disagree.
Cannot.
I disagree. I think a man and woman can't just be friends. You know what I'm saying? Especially if there's nothing sexual is going on between them and things like that. However, I do think that from time to time, you know, like you do think about sleeping with your friends. Come on, let's be honest.
Friends.
Steve is already up.
He's still deciding, but I'll go ahead. There's always this underlying current to a man and a woman when they're just friends, because there's this sexual attraction, this energy that you can't even see it. It's always flowing. And men, as you know, you guys are conquerors. You want a conquest. You want to, even if it's a friend, sometimes that develops into more simply because law of familiarity, you start getting close and comfortable, and maybe you weren't attracted to her initially, but that opposition of that sexual polarity always kicks in.
What if a man is like not attracted to women? Just like generally, do you think that's still?
I mean, we're not talking about gay people or things like that, but I get what you're saying though. You know what I'm saying? You know, like one thing, if a person is gay, you know, obviously they're not gonna be attracted to a woman, things like, or if a lady is lesbian, she don't be attracted to a man. But if we talk about like two people of the opposite sex who are heterosexual or even bisexual, I think there are gonna be some attraction there.
You take a different,
like a gay man, an actual orientation, and a woman being friends.
Well, I think that's different, perhaps because they're attracted to men, so in that moment,
and now he's going to disagree.
So they only want to conquer the men, not the women.
Well, in that, there's always masculine and feminine energy, whether they're man or woman. So if the man is gay and identifies as being attracted to men, then he's in the feminine energy, mostly. Now, if there's two of them, there's one that's more masculine and more feminine, but that's for another.
Two of my best friends are women. We have great times together all the time. Not once have I considered sleeping with them or anything like that.
Well, that's good.
No.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Darkest hour.
I mean, that's a good.
Darkest hour. Come on.
No. Because we started off as friends, and this is like I said, I was never attracted to them.
A lot of relationships start like that today, even though
that's
I
true.
discourage it.
That's true. You know, I think it's always great. You know, that if two people are attracted to each other, I always think it's good to start off as friends, then move off to the relationship status. But hey.
Attracted to them, but it'll
we
grow.
will
And I'm
love
always
you
like,
for you for friends.
It can
Friends.
It can, but
How
it
many
the
of us
opposite,
have
so I agree with you on that.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I do understand it, I get it, but two of my best friends are women, and not once. Everyone keeps saying like, oh, you're gonna do it. I'm like, it's not.
You never know. Life is a long time.
Are your friends attractive?
Yes.
Like they look good.
But attractive is subjective.
It is.
Like, just like generally speaking, like your girls like look good, right?
Yes.
Okay, then, so if you was just lonely, like it's been a moment, you didn't want to beat it, you know what I mean? Or like, you know.
There's a special exemption. I'm non-monogamous, so I never have to worry about intimacy.
Well, that's why.
Well, so you getting played. So you
Nah, he's not getting
He's
played.
getting it, so he doesn't need it. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if you was lonely, you wasn't getting it though, and your friend was throwing it.
I guess that's a different situation. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, you belong over here though.
I mean, pick a spot, dude.
It's just friends.
As a straight, very monogamous man, I grew up mainly being friends with women. I felt more comfortable in those spaces. I felt more comfortable talking to women. I've never been like a bro, rah, 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 that type of thing. So I think men and women absolutely can be. I have friends that I've had since elementary school, middle school. We talk very often, and we talk about all these things, and it has never affected that aspect of the relationship because we're men and women. We're just people, and people can be friends. It's not. Yeah.
So my
perspective is from kind of a Christian worldview. I believe that God created man and woman to come together in love and attraction to be one. And so from that standpoint, I believe that there is just a natural attraction. I have had some extremely close friends that were girls, and that attraction just developed because it wasn't just physical, but it was love. It was getting to see how they were around the family, around kids, what they do for work, what they do for school, developing that relationship. So from my perspective, that attraction develops because I wasn't just looking at her from just, she's just a body. Yeah, she's just a piece of meat. You develop that emotional attraction.
That's true.
Why I'm over here. Yes, joining this dark side. I completely agree with you on that. From the same Christian standpoint, 100%.
I would date someone I do not find physically attractive. 3,
Nah,
2,
no,
1.
no, I can't. Disagree. I can't. And I'll tell you why. You know what I'm saying? People want to say looks don't matter, but looks do matter. Looks do matter. You know what I'm saying? You have to be physically attracted to somebody in order to to date that person. You get what I'm saying? But I will say this: physical attraction is not the only thing that matters. It's not the only thing that matters.
Oh man. Wait, you wanna say something first?
I do it all the time because there's a lot, just from the physical, it's like sometimes there's some people that I learn just by not going in based off physical attraction. I end up being attracted to them just because of their personality and looks.
Okay, man, stop going back and forth. You keep going. You like, what are you like? You going back and forth. Like, what the hell are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Can be deceiving. I could say the same on the opposite.
But I will say this though. I mean, you can be person you can be attracted to a person's personality all you want, and that's great. But if you're not physically attracted to that person, then I don't think that's gonna work. That's just my opinion.
Where I thought someone was absolutely attractive, but then I got to know them, and they were the worst person I could have possibly been on.
That's true. I've been.
You can definitely not be attracted to somebody initially, and then as you get to know, I feel like at that point, once I like someone's personality, I probably also think they're attractive.
I would say that for some.
Okay, stop going back and forth.
It's not a reflection on your character, how weighted appearance versus personality might be. It differs from person to person. I think that we have our preferences.
Yes, and that's perfectly fine.
Of physical attractiveness is fitness, health, hygiene, and that reflects on usually competence, responsibility, and dedication. But I do see it as important, although not the whole package by any means.
Right. It's the very first impression.
Physical attraction, not the whole package.
Because you meet someone and you can't hear their voice first thing most of the time. You just see them, and you're like, oh, that person's attractive. Or like, I don't see myself with that person because I don't find them attractive, and that's totally fine. Not everybody's attracted to everybody, but me personally, I would not be with someone I don't find attractive.
So
that's it. That means
give
I'm
you
saying
context
here.
here, right? If I'm meeting you in person and you don't look good, then I'm over there with y'all. But if I'm meeting you through a dating app and I get catfished, but you're kind of cool, then
I did catfish. That would be the last line. Nah, I can't do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if you were attractive, if you catfish person, then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they had nice pictures. But then when I seen her in person, she was a little bit bigger.
Actually, that's his name.
Right? And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all, but you just got to... It's better for you to be real with whoever you are than to be fake. Like you say, okay, you may be a little bigger than the other girls, so what? Still present yourself, because guess what? There are a lot of guys who like big girls, and that's completely fine.
But for preference sake, I wasn't really feeling it. But her personality is what got me. And then I started entertaining it. So, right, even though I got catfish, I actually considered taking it seriously.
And I also date, like, sometimes I really try this because it's led to some great people I've got to meet along the way. I will date outside of my preferences just to see what that's like.
If you're
there's nothing wrong with that.
attracted to that person and have a strong sexual attraction, then it's not going to work because we know that relationships get worse, not better. That's like, I don't know, I think it's a recipe for a disaster.
I do too.
Cheating is the worst thing my partner could do to me.
One of the worst things. So I'm gonna say agree.
1.
Cause that's disloyal. I said that's disloyal. So I'm gonna say agree. Strongly. Oh, she said strongly agree.
I feel like there's like probably worse things like in theory that a partner could do to their partner, but just because that's such an important aspect for me, and like I feel like my partners in the past have like been very aware that was like something that I actively would not do. I feel like that would just make that adds like an extra element of evil.
Yeah, my mind goes to marriage. I mean, when you marry this woman, when I marry a woman someday, you promise literally everything you have to be with her, literally thick and thin, to be with her through everything, through highs and lows. And I mean, if you do something,
I'll say this. You know what I'm saying? If you're a single person, if you guys not in a serious you're not in a committed relationship, then yeah, I can see that you guys are not not serious. Guys see with other people. But if you guys are in a committed relationship, let's not say that you guys are married. If you guys are in a committed relationship, you know what I'm saying? If you guys cheating on one another, then yeah, that's disloyalty. That displays disloyalty.
cheating is basically like, screw this love, this wasn't real. These promises that I made between us and God mean nothing. I think for a lot of Christians, that's like a big thing, is cheating.
100%. And it's one of the 10 Commandments too. It's like, do not commit adultery.
Yeah.
So that is definitely the worst thing, because getting married is a promise between you and that person and God.
I mean, technically there's worse things, like they could kill you, which would probably
Obviously.
be the worst thing, because then like, you're not even in the picture.
You belong over here.
So I'm kind of like, but I would say that would like destroy me, and I would never.
It would destroy me too. I agree. It would destroy me.
100% agree. I was actually cheated on a few, like 4 or 5 months ago. I struggled with self-esteem.
It seemed like a really nice guy, what's his name, Keon? Yeah, he doesn't seem like, he deserved to be cheated on. But I get he become like too nice of a guy that I think, his partner, his female partner feel like she could walk all over him and things like that. I don't know that story. That's just my guess.
So much growing up, and that was the worst thing that could have happened. That destroyed any chance I had at self-love at that time, and it was just devastating for me. Like, it really was just devastating, because it didn't just destroy that relationship, it destroyed my entire image of myself that I had built up based on other people's validation, and I had to rip it down to the studs and just fully start over. Yeah, so
sorry you had
that's
to
why
do that,
I'm over
man.
here. Strongly agree. For me personally, it was the worst thing that could have happened.
Cheating is f***ed up. It's not a good feeling. Is it the worst thing that a partner could do to me? To be honest, I've outgrown that. Bro, I have
Really?
$40 million.
Really? Like, I don't think you could ever outgrown it. Like, I think that he not tripping. Again, I don't know this gentleman, but I think he not tripping because he probably had multiple partners, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, let's say you have a loyal woman, like regardless of how much money that you make. Say I wish I had $250,000 too. You know what I'm saying? But let's say it doesn't matter how much money that you make. If a person cheating on you, that's disloyalty. That's saying that you're not loyal to me.
Stolen from me this year, bro. And that put me in a dark ass place. Now imagine if my partner stole that money from me, or she was just my homie. I'd be more mad about the money. You feel me, right?
I don't have that money to be stolen.
I mean, I don't want that money to be stolen too. But yeah, there are a lot of people, both men and women, who are only with their partner for the money. So that's why I say cheating is one of the worst things. Is it exactly the worst thing? Maybe not. But it definitely is one of the worst things.
So you're saying you care more about money than a relationship?
Well, because at the end of the day, me and my ex, we ain't together no more, so.
That's true.
Because she was a homie. If she was, right? But if she stole my money, yeah, that affects my life. You know what
Yeah, that would affect my life too. So I see what he's saying.
The worst thing that a partner can do. I've been cheated on before. The first time I was cheated on, bro, I was petty. I was in high school, bro. I drove all
that high school.
and told her mom what she was doing with me.
Yeah, that's petty.
I was vengeful. But now I just be like, so many people do it. There's worse things that they have. Like, if you kill my mom, I'll be more mad. Rather than you homie.
The sanctity of marriage is supposed to be till death do us part.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean if your carnal flesh gave in and you had, an indiscretion that you're able to hit the door running. No, that means there's work to be done. We have problems. For me, I think it actually can be the best thing because it's a sign.
But you know what though? If it's like, if one thing, if that partner just go out and sneak behind your back, and just sleep with that person behind your back. But if it's something that you both agree on, like you got sit down and say, hey, it's okay for you to go out and sleep with that woman, or it's go out for you to sleep with that man. Then I can understand that. Every couple, every relationship is different, and a couple are going to try experimenting. You get what I'm saying? So I think at that point, this is something that had to go with communication. That's the right term for it. Communication. This is something that you have to sit down and discuss with your partner. And say what do you want in terms of sexual life or in terms of emotional life? Do you want to stay married? Do you want to stay married to me while you with this other person, or do you just want to stay monogamous? You get what I'm saying, people?
There is a huge problem in the relationship that needs fixed. Most sex is not emotional, so it's just a bodily act that animals do, and you're going to blow up a marriage or a relationship with children over sex. To me, I think that is ridiculous.
But sex,
You could say that about the person doing the cheating too.
I've been cheated on, so I have been cheated on.
So you think that's something you could like?
I wonder how many people actually did the cheating. I wonder that. I wonder if anyone going to admit that somebody actually did the cheating.
I have gotten over it. If my husband cheats on me, of course I'd be devastated. I'm human, I believe, just like all y'all too. But I'd be like, damn, what's the problem here? What's the issue? And can we solve this?
And get this, Jay-Z even cheating on Beyonce. So what did that say? Nobody is safe from cheating.
Talk. Like if you guys are married and you have that emotion.
I feel like there's things before that
happen though. We know that people don't.
I think we should work to changing that.
We should, but that doesn't mean I'm going to unconditionally love you just because you went and had an indiscretion. I wouldn't do that to my son. My son F's up all the time and does crazy shit. I'm like, where on God's green earth did you learn that? That doesn't mean I stopped loving him.
For men, I feel like
loving your son and loving your husband are two different things, but whatever.
More personally as opposed to women. It comes to the ego.
People's boundaries are all different. So if you have perhaps been with no or less partners and then you get married, to learn that person cheated would be proportionally much more devastating to someone who's had maybe a lot of relationship experience, and therefore that's more of an active part of their life. So I think that everyone's boundaries are different. So for some people, I have seen them get over it. I know for me personally, I would say that I'm a woman that would take that devastatingly seriously and would not look lightly at it. So it depends on the person's boundaries.
If you had children and if you had a family involved, you would break up your family over a man's one-time indiscretion.
yes.
That would adversely affect your child and possibly send her to the stripper pole.
Well, damn! I guess divorce means that your daughter or your kid gonna do bad stuff.
Don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable answering that question because I feel like it's making a lot of.
But
I feel like that just shows that shows an example onto the kids. Like, oh, this is not that bad of a thing.
I'll say this though. If the relationship is not working and the relationship is just too toxic, whether it's because the partner's cheating or not, or is it because of some other things? You know what I'm saying? I think what's best for the kids if those two people remain apart. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any kids. So for me, I would rather, be with my wife. That's it, I have a wife. I will be with her to death to our part. But if our relationship is toxic, that we can't get along and we can't communicate well, let's say we have children, I would for us to be separated, you know what I'm saying, and do our own thing and still have that cordial relationship. Then we remain together and have a bad family household. And And that happened more time than you think. Sorry,
I think
stuttering.
that like somebody cheating on you is more than just like a physical thing. Like that's a break of trust, and I feel like if you can't have that trust in someone, then I also don't want them to be like raising my kids with me.
So we're all saying that love is conditional. Is the end of the
Well, love is conditional when it's your partner. Love is unconditional when it's your children or your parents.
Monogamy is overrated. 3,
Somewhat.
2, 1.
I'm gonna say neutral with that. And of course, this guy agreed. Of course, he will agree. He has several partners. Look at that guy. That guy look like he's in a heavy metal show. You know, he tried to get all these rocker chicks together, and yeah, it'd be the life of the party. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna say disagree.
Get your phone away, you know you belong here. At least think about it.
I say disagree.
We're taught from the Disney, all these fairy tales, it's like you're supposed to be with that one and only. You know, so it's very frightening to break something traditional, but after like a few months with it, I just knew I'm like, this is the right choice. I've been in the most happiest of relationships. I just celebrated my 3.
You know what? And I'll say this. Whatever works for you. Do not if monogamous relationship does not work for you, great. That is great. That's perfect. But if it does work for the other person, then I don't think you guys should be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? But do whatever was best for you.
With my primary partner, as well as my 2-year anniversary with my secondary partner. But it's like, you know.
See that when I hear that, it's like, I'm not sure if I can do it.
Monogamy is kind of overrated. I don't think that there's anything like, you know, wrong with it. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But
yeah, exactly.
I do think that non-monogamy and poly relationships should be something that like, it's looked at as an option.
I think nowadays.
Okay, I do agree with that part.
Open relationships than I do strictly close relationships
Yeah.
with the people that I know. I would say I disagree that monogamy is overrated, but I do agree that for some people like yourself, poly relationships work better. So
I do agree with that as well.
I think whatever works for you works for you.
Yes.
But I can still say that for like someone like myself, or people that are similarly just very focused and have like strict kind of like. I just can't ever. Oh my God, I could never imagine more than like.
It's a lot. It takes a lot. Yeah.
Would I be part of the poly relationship? I probably would be open to it. But I probably would more prefer to be in a monogamous relationship. But I'll be open to a poly relationship.
Or I don't think monogamy is overrated.
Especially with 2 girls.
I think it depends on the person, and I think for me it's definitely not it's the only option. For you, poly is like the right way, so it just depends. I'm completely non-judgmental. I think
I just want to say, I don't.
What you gotta say, Asher?
Monogamy, right? I just don't like a controlling relationship where it's completely no, you can't nobody else. But at the same time, you want me once or twice a month. You know what I mean? Right?
True that.
Exactly.
There are people that are like that.
You know, me and my ex was together for 5 years. I actually broke up with her in April. But for 2.5 years out that relationship, we was barely. We're like maybe once a month.
They do it like a curse
line.
line.
And then when I moved her in the house, for the whole first year of her living in the house, she just didn't want to have sex.
That's right.
Now we had an agreement that we had agreed on where we could do various things that we just didn't want to know about and stuff like that, right? And because he wasn't me, like that, I was handling the agreement, like I was following the agreement. But because there were certain things that wasn't necessarily 100% out there, that created complications in the relationship to the point that it ended up to us breaking up.
I think it's definitely like it has a place, like for certain people. Like obviously we have 2 people who are like very religious here, and it works well for them. And I just think like if I was in an open relationship, I would go crazy. Like even when I'm in like a normal relationship where it's like I don't let them cheat on me, I'm still like it's
Suspect.
yeah. So I just like if that was if like I can't imagine a world where I would agree with that. And also before I had like loved someone or like dated anybody, I was like, oh no, I could totally be in an open relationship. And then I actually did, and I was like, oh.
Are you a sexual person? Just curious though.
Like kind of.
Kind of.
It's like,
Like you could be a sexual person.
Very sexual too. And he's like, baby, like I want to be with you, but you always just shut him down because you ain't in the mood.
I don't. That's like never happened.
Okay, but I'm
Like
just
I just feel like
saying.
that's like not that's like personally for me not an issue. But also I don't know. I think that would definitely be a conversation if there was like an imbalance. But also I think there's different things that make people compatible as partners, and that's definitely one of them.
what he's saying is the cry of many men today is that they're not getting enough sex from their partner. and not just sex. It's not
I mean, that's true.
like, oh, I'm heartless. But for listen, men need sex to create intimacy. Women need intimacy to have sex. And people get married and then fuck around. It's like, just don't get married then.
I agree. Don't get married.
Stay like this boy, dates, anniversaries, Next month is his 1 year anniversary with partner number 3. Like, just
hey,
be out there doing your dates. And does that make sense?
By the end of the day, nobody should dictate your relationship because everyone's going to try to push what they think works for this
that's
is
true.
what's best
That's
for
true.
you. Like,
oh, you should be in a monogamous
wow.
relationship, or you should be in a poly relationship. I'm like, dude, shut up.
Pissed off and like I've tried it. To me, it did not work.
I want to take perspective because Christian. I'm going to take perspective that's a little away from my biblical views. And no disrespect, but I do think polygamy is just laziness.
Not polygamy. This is polyamory. Polygamy is when it's multiple wives, just one person.
I see that as laziness, that you don't want to commit to someone in the hard times. Like you were talking about a little bit about, well, they're not getting fulfilled sexually, so why not find it somewhere else? Why not just do the hard work to work on your relationship?
Ooh, I was ready for this question.
And, I mean, there's
go for it. I want to hear this.
There's a psychological just importance in being with one person. I mean,
so then why do we have such a high divorce rate?
I agree with you on that.
why do we have such a high divorce rate?
Why are people still cheating?
That's a good point.
Because they're not. Because our country, I think, is lazy. We don't want to have these hard conversations of maybe we should go to therapy, maybe we should try to get help because we love one another. It's like, nah.
That's a good point, actually. That's actually a good point. Yeah, people that don't want to go, like, want to work things out. They don't want to go to therapy. They don't want to, do what is best for in their relationship, so they can remain together. Going to couple therapy, what I'm saying, even if a relationship is good, it's still a good thing. You get what I'm saying? Going to therapy, even if there's nothing wrong with you, it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you might find that there's an issue there that you probably didn't know about, and then you guys can work together to fix it. Does that make sense? Let me finish. I kind of agree with Luke with what he said. I just don't agree with him when he say polyamory, whatever. Is laziness. I don't agree with that at all.
We're going to talk about it. Period. Just to talk about it, right?
So me and my ex, we actually did couples therapy.
We should talk about this?
We went to couples therapy. Next thing you know, everything was great for like a month. And then one day she just blew up. She said, man, I still don't feel like you this and that. Like she went in, bro. You know what I mean? So at the same time, there was a point in my relationship where it really just came to the point like, baby, I love everything else about you. You know what I mean, right? This area sucks. Are you still attracted to me? She said, yes, I'm still attracted to you, right?
80-20 rule.
You just don't want to have sex with me, right?
80% of them is great and everything, like their intimacy and everything, but the 20% is not putting out. And I don't like to use this term, putting out. But, but things like that, then, yeah.
Let's have that conversation, right? Because I get everything else I want from you anyways. I was open to the idea. I want to be with my woman, but if you don't want to do this, I'm fine just.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I understand the importance of sex, but there's self-sacrifice in every relationship you need to make. If you're happy with her and everything she had, but you also have a value in sex, then maybe she's not the right person.
The thing was, did I want to go look for greener grass, or did I just want to water my own grass? I stuck it out for 5 years, bro.
That's another aspect of being like romantically compatible with someone, and sometimes there's like one thing that's not there and that sucks. But it's like, especially if that other person, that's something that they prioritize. Like personally, if my partner was like, oh, like I love like everything about you, but like this is not compatible, and they wanted to go sleep with other people, like that would make me feel so bad about myself.
And that's why you do what works for you.
Yeah, that's what you do.
I would say like that's like a compatibility issue then I think, because I'm not your ex-girlfriend, I don't know how she feels, but if I were in that scenario, I just like that just would make me so sad, even though it's like it's not under control.
The comments gonna talk so much shit.
Oh yeah. I should have talked so much crap,
bro. She told me, I won't say everything. The day I broke with my girl, she said, man, she's like, I just be counting down the days. Like, we have sex in like 12 days. I gotta go have sex with y'all. Otherwise, Ashley's gonna get mad. You know what I mean, right? And I'm hearing all this shit, right? You know what I mean? So she said a bunch, and I felt like I had to break up with her, right?
Yeah, no, that's
Did not want to. I feel like I had to.
Yeah, that would definitely take it on you.
I think all this goes back to clear communication because
communication. That's it. I think that's the biggest problem with relationship nowadays. It's the communication. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody want to talk it out. No one want to do this or do that. They just like nobody just want to sit down and just communicate with one another. They just want to just give up and just start sleeping with other people. You know what I'm saying?
That cheating means that polyamory would actually be the solution to that. I think that it goes back to your values and what works for you.
Yes.
And I think that I would maybe venture to say that more people might be poly than are exploring that right now. And still at the same time, monogamy I think works for a lot of people. So it's all works for you.
I would date someone in this room.
I'll probably date the girl with the green shirt.
3, 2, 1.
I would have sex with a girl with a red dress though. Nice. I'm just kidding.
I don't know these people.
Surprised he was over here. I'm like, what are you doing?
The energy is cool.
You just have to have a pulse and we'll go out.
I think that Christian dude, Luke, I think he would date that girl in the green shirt.
That's not how that is.
Like perfect example, right? Like Janelle, she got good energy, right? Now imagine Janelle might be the coolest person. Next thing you know, you start getting to know her, she might be crazy. Be like,
Hey!
All of a sudden.
Generally, the few people I've been attracted to, they look like Tim Burton dolls or just like weird goth people. Yeah, just like
Hey,
weird
nothing wrong with that. You're
goth
attracted to
people.
who you're attracted to.
It's just coincidence. It's very rare that I see these people, so it's not a personal thing.
Sir?
My girlfriend would kill me.
Hey, so he dating now. Nice.
I'm pretty picky, so.
But am I not your type though?
I wouldn't answer that. I would not answer that.
You got me feeling some type of
Or
way
if
now.
I was answer, I was like, fuck no, dude.
Say it. I don't know.
So you're my good side.
Oh, okay.
Now that's funny.
I mean, for me, beliefs are extremely important.
I think you want to ask her out.
And try to get all flirty, but you are also very gorgeous.
She is gorgeous.
But no, beliefs are very important within relationships. I think I look into, obviously I have a desire to be a husband and one day be a father, and I think
I think that a lot of men.
In beliefs, it's very hard to raise coherently.
Absolutely.
I think that just is extremely important.
Yay! Now that was a good episode. That was a good episode, y'all. I think it tends to, it's interesting to see how men and women are different yet the same in most of the issues, things like that. I think that was a good issue and things like that. What you guys think of this video? Let me know comment down below. When you would like, subscribe to your uncle. Yeah, you can check out my reviews right around here. Peace, love, rock.